Hello, this is Greg from SharePoint Maven, and today I want to clarify the difference between a team site and a communication site. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. This is actually the one of the most frequent questions I get from my loyal blog followers and clients. And the question is whether we should be creating team sites or communication sites. The question stems from this situation. I mean, typically users click on a SharePoint homepage over here. And this is, of course, the area that captures all the sites that the user is part of, that they visit frequently, that they follow. Just a nice way for users to navigate to the sites. I actually have a blog post and recorded the video about this page in the past. But by default, every user within the organization, unless of course this feature was disabled, by default, anyone can also create sites. So when users click on create a site button, they get these two choices, a team site and a communication site. And what I would like to do now is explain to you the difference between the two. All right, we'll start with the communication site. Communication site is essentially a type of site that you want to use for one-way communication. A good example is an HR employee site. Let me go to my environment over here and show you an example of that. So this site, this HR employee site that I clicked on, has been built using a communication site template. This is what it looks like. This nice widescreen layout, no left-hand side navigation. The navigation is actually right here on the top. And this is what it looks like. All right, pretty much it's just a nice looking, visually appealing site. And of course, you can alter the look and feel with various web parts, etc. And behind the scenes, this is just a regular site, just obviously modern look and feel. And this is what it looks like. This is the type of site you would want to use for one-way communication. This is not the type of site you would use for two-way collaboration. This is the site you would use for for one-way communication. Again, HR is a good example, right? If you want to share some policies, some deadlines, some contact information, maybe a knowledge base of some sort, you would want to use the communication site template. All right. So essentially, you would just click on the communication site, box over here, and follow the prompts, provide the name and all that stuff, and the site will be created for you. Team site, in contrast, is to be used for two-way collaboration. So anytime you have a team that requires unique kind of access, to the site, and also an ability to collaborate, all right, in a two-way fashion, you would want to set up a team site. All right. I'm not going to go through the creation process, but essentially just want to show you an example of that. I already have this team site created. Here it is. This is what it looks like. This looks like more like a typical SharePoint site, right? We have this left-hand side navigation, the main area for the web parts. But what's unique about this site is that it's not just a regular SharePoint site. It's a site that is part of an Office 365 group. And again, I blogged and recorded videos about what an Office 365 group is all about. So you feel free to check it on my YouTube channel. But just to give you a brief overview, this is the site that is connected, that is part of an Office 365 group. You can even see it over here. It's part of the group. And what that means is that you are not just getting a site. It even tells you over here when you create a site, it tells you that it's also going to create other assets as well. And when you create a team site, it actually creates all the other assets, a lot of other assets that are part of Office 365 subscription. Here is what you get when you create a team site. You obviously get a site, a SharePoint site. You also get a distribution list in Outlook. Let me open this for you so you can see it. So essentially, it's a distribution list for the team. You also get an Outlook-based calendar for the same team that has access to the site. All right, here it is. Okay. You also get Planner, which is a task management tool, which is essentially a web-based task management tool, and that you can use to manage tasks. This is what it looks like. Here we go. And you don't get this automatically. You can actually connect it later. You also get Teams, Microsoft Teams, which is a chat-based collaboration tool. Let me open this for you so you can see it. All right, here we go. So essentially, you get all this bells and whistles if you create a team site. And the big idea here is, of course, right, collaboration, right? The idea is that if we, let's say have 5, 10, 20 people, we're part of the team, a part of the project, a department, we need to collaborate internally. We not only have the site to organize our documents and other types of content, we also have all these other tools available. If we need to chat, we will use Teams. If we need to manage tasks, we will use Planner. We have a distribution list if need be, etc., etc. All right. So that's pretty much the difference between the two sites. So the decision is pretty straightforward, all right? Again, just to kind of recap this, if you need to collaborate, then obviously use a team site. I think the team site template is the template you would use most of the time, right? In your organization, I think you will have lots and lots of team sites. And then if you just need a place to store some documents, policies, procedures, some information that you want to share with the rest of the organization in a one-way fashion, definitely create a communication site. All right. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and you now understand the difference between a team site and a communication site. And as always, we'll be happy to see you again on my YouTube channel as well as my blog, SharePointMaven.com. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.